All right, so I'm going to show you the last worksheet of your packet for math, which is kind of a fun activity. You get to go around your house and find different rectangular shaped items and measure it and then figure out what the perimeter is of those different items. So you'll notice in this first box that they have Grandma's cookbook as an example. And so they measured it, and those are the measurements that they came up with for the sides. Now, when I was reading this example, I was very confused about what happened down here, but I figured it out. So basically what they are showing you is how you can combine numbers in order to make it easier to do this math in your head. So instead of doing 11 plus 11 is 22, plus 8 is 30, plus 8 more is 38. What they did was they grouped together 11 and 11, and they turned that into 20 and 2, and then they combined that with 8 and 8 to get to 38. So this is just showing one way that you can do this math mentally. Otherwise, it's probably easier just to say 11 plus 11 is 22, plus 8 more is 30, plus 8 more is 38. So don't worry about this part. It's really more confusing than what it actually should be. So I'm going to give you an example, and I do not want you to add this into your book because this is me doing this, so you need to go through your house and find different items. So they say that you can use a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can use a tape measure, a yardstick, a meter stick. If you don't have any of that and you have access to a printer, you can print off and cut this page, this page of the packet, which looks like this, and these are supposedly to scale. If you don't have access to a printer, but you have your agenda at home, I believe that there is a ruler somewhere in your agenda. I don't know if it's at the front or the back or where it is, but I'm pretty sure there's a ruler in there as well. So you're just going to need some kind of measuring device. So I have this ruler, and it's a little bit hard to see the numbers for you, but I'll try my best to make it so you can see them. So I'm going to measure each of the sides of this book that I have. This is Artemis Fowl, which, by the way, is a really good book if you're looking for something to read, and I believe that Disney Plus has the movie coming out. It's a brand new movie that was supposed to be released in the movie theater, but because of coronavirus, they're going to go ahead and release it on Disney Plus. So if you get a chance, I haven't seen the movie yet. I can't say if it's good or not, but the books are really good. It's a long series, kind of like Harry Potter. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and measure all of the sides of this, and then I'm going to show you how I would draw it on the square here next to my face. So let me go ahead and do some measuring. So remember, whenever you're measuring something, you want to make sure that you line up this line that's down here at the bottom, that it doesn't have a number, that's 0. You want that to be at the very edge of your object that you're measuring. So then if you look, and I don't know if I'm centered correctly, but my book is exactly 7.5 inches long. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle here, and I'm going to label this 7.5 inches. Okay, so then I need to measure the top, or I could do the bottom, but I'm going to do the top. So again, you want to make sure that your 0 line is lined up all the way with the edge of your object that you're measuring. So then I'm going to look right here, and the width of my book is 5 inches. So I'm going to label 5 inches on top of my rectangle that I've made in here. Now they are only asking for you to determine the perimeter. They're not asking for area. If you wanted an extra challenge, like maybe this is too easy for you, you really want to try to figure out the area, you could do that. But just know that you're multiplying, then sometimes it might be fractions multiplied by other fractions and things like that. So that's going to be challenging for you if you want to do it that way. All they're asking for is perimeter. So for me, I'm going to add 5 plus 5, which is 10, and then 7.5 plus 7.5. So I know a half plus a half is a whole, so I don't need to worry about those halves anymore. I now have a whole. 7 wholes and 7 wholes is 14, so I'm going to add those 14 wholes with that one extra hole that I made by adding the halves, and that's going to become 15 wholes. So I have 10 plus 15. and that is 25. 25 inches is the perimeter for my book, Artemis Fowl. So you're just going to go around and you're going to fill in all 6 of those boxes that are on this page, and that is all that you need to do in order to complete this one. If you want me to check any of your work, if you're not sure if you tried to go ahead and do the area and you're not sure if you did it right, you can feel free to send me an email, a text, or give me a call, and I'll be happy to go over it with you.